Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about the open source. The open source in production and development. Open source is a philosophy or a methodology that promotes free redistribution and access to a product's design or ideas and implementation details. So, what is open resource? The open resource, open as in free, and open as in access, open as in over time, and open as in not closed, open as in risk and change, and open as in any place and for anyone. So, in this slide, the criteria for open source. The first one is source code. The second one is derived works. The third one is free redistribution that we talked about before. And the next one is distribution of license. And the next one is integrity of the author's source code. And the next one is license must not restrict other software and no discrimination against persons or groups and no discrimination against fields of individual. So the advantage of open resource, there are four aspects. The first one is ability of source code, and the second one is open source does not depend on vendor. And the third one is the quality and the customizability is better. And the fourth one is low cost than proprietary counterparts. So in the first one, the first advantage of availability of source code, the source code to understand and learn from, and do not have to reinvent the wheel, and free as in freedom. And the second one, there are two more information is the open source can choose additional support and can fix bugs and adapt to change in requirements as well as technology. So the disadvantage of open source is preference for reading offline and the potential for decreased quality and the longevity of file forms, and the lack of knowledge by faculty, like from resource, license, copyright, and spot. So in this slide, you can see the title is why do institutions decide against open source solutions, and there are many names and how show the number of responses. So there are the closed resource vs open resource. The open resource is the process. The via open resource software is released to the development community and undergoes a secondary phase of evaluation, but closed resource software is developed in association with a small team of developers, and the developer support and the large community to help in open source. And the open source is more secure and budgets and are fixed often, so the open source is more safe. This slide is talk about the open source software development model, and you can see the picture. How does open source work? There are 4 steps, and the first step is contributing, and the second step is interpreting, and the third step is team OSS. The last one is joining an umbrella organization. And there are some examples of open source. You can see in the slides the application software. There are like 7 examples, and in operating systems there are Android and Linux and FreeBSD, and like some examples, and the programming language. There are some specific examples. The first one is Android. The Android is open source, and Google releases the code under the license after acquiring it from Android Inc. And the Linux is a computer operating system assembled under the model of free and open source software development and distribution. And the open source Office softwares and open source Office productivity software suite with official website OpenOffice launched in 2002 under the AppKit license. The LibreOffice, developed by the Document Foundation, it is licensed under the GNU License General Public License. The new Office is primarily designed for Mac users, and it's distributed under the GNU General Public License. The Core Office is an open source Office suite licensed under the LGPL. It is available for Windows and FreeBSD and Mac OS X systems. And here are some license and copyrights you can see in the picture. The fourth is equal free and open source softwares, and there are some advantage of fourth. It is free and it isn't reliable or support. Anyone can change it, and the license is too liable, and volunteer coder could fix your mistakes. And here are all my presentations, and thank you very much.